37 going on 38-year-old autistic female who was hunted down and stalked like an animal. There was an agreement made. Behind the scenes, no one's telling the truth about that. There were promises and assurances made.
Did Jaguar Wright just expose a huge Hollywood conspiracy? Jaguar Wright, the outspoken singer known for spilling secrets about the entertainment world, has made headlines again. This time, she's making serious claims involving sports legend Shannon Sharpe and if what she's saying is true.
Oh, a lot of people were angry at Shannon Sharpe after his Cat Williams 2024 God Ain't Playing With Y'all interview.
It could change how we see some of the most powerful people in Hollywood and beyond. According to Jaguar, there's a hidden plot, a scheme so dangerous and well organized that it could have cost Shannon Sharpe his life. She says she has video proof of this plan, and it's not just some internet gossip or a rumor floating around. She insists this is real footage showing people actually talking about taking Sharpe down.
Everybody always talk about date your age, date your age. Well, I want to date my wage. I'm finna shut all this ish down tonight. I want to date my wage.
Stay right here. Stay right.
Where y'all at? Hey, chat, where they at?
Hold on. Cause you know I keep it on me now.
Yeah.
I keep it on me.
And when she says take him down, she doesn't mean cancel him. She means silence him for good. Let's unpack this story from the beginning. The start of something bigger. Shannon Sharpe is best known as a former NFL star and current media personality. He's built a reputation for being honest and unfiltered, especially on his podcast where he interviews celebrities and public figures who speak their minds.
With a semi-long life, and he continued to keep abusing young people while my aunts knew he was doing it and did nothing to stop it.
That honesty, Jaguar says, is exactly why he became a target. Over the past year, Sharpe has had guests like comedians Cat Williams and Monique, people who don't shy away from exposing Hollywood's dark side. They've spoken openly about lies, manipulation, and the shady deals that go on behind closed doors. While many people appreciate that kind of honesty, it doesn't sit well with the folks at the top, the ones who run the media, shape public opinion, and decide who gets to stay famous.
All of those teleported young women that he just got busted with, and he knew they was being moved around people. Him and Shannon Sharpe around the same age.
Jaguar believes Sharpe's willingness to let these guests speak freely made him a problem for powerful insiders. Things really took a turn, she says, when Sharpe started considering having Jaguar herself on his show.
Point is, what you doing messing with people young enough to be your grandchildren, Hoss?
That, she claims, was the final straw for people behind the scenes. The alleged plot. Jaguar didn't just say people wanted to cancel Sharpe, she claims they were plotting something much darker. According to her, a group of insiders was organizing a setup that could ruin his life or worse. She says she has a video that shows these people talking about their plan to frame him and destroy his reputation. The video hasn't been released yet, but Jaguar insists it's dangerous and explosive.
The only way you want something young and dumb is if you want something young and dumb. Because you don't want to be challenged in your actual life. You know, growing older isn't growing up. Are we forgetting about the case that Jean-Claude Van Damme got on him? With all of those teleported young women that he just got busted with?
She believes that once it comes out, the world will see how far the rich and powerful are willing to go to protect their secrets. Sharpe, in her words, got too close to the truth, and that made him a threat. Jaguar is known for speaking her mind, and this time is no different. She's connecting dots, pointing out patterns, and warning that this isn't just about one man.
What happened to Black Hollywood to where it used to be an event to put out a black movie?
Tyler Perry happened to Black Hollywood, and he did it by using stupid, ignorant, so-called Christian to fund all of his very homosexual
people behave.
She thinks it's about control, keeping people quiet, especially those who refuse to play by the rules. Personal attacks and controversy. But it doesn't stop at secret plots. Jaguar also brought up Shannon Sharpe's personal life and what she said has people talking.
You're negotiating $150 million big deal for your podcast outlets and all of that, which, by the way, was all set up for you by the NFL. Oh, I'm sorry. Who did Sean Carter work for?
She accused him of dating women who are barely legal adults, young women just out of high school. One name she mentioned is Gabriella, who was reportedly only 19 when she became involved with Sharpe. Jaguar said this behavior is disturbing, especially given Sharpe's age, and social media exploded with reactions.
Carter works for the NFL, and he was the one that got real smart Black Americans who were boycotting the NFL to stop giving the NFL their money. He was able to make all of that happen.
Some fans who once looked up to him started feeling uncomfortable, and others outright called it creepy. But Jaguar didn't just stop at calling out bad relationship choices. She believes these young women may have been planted in his life on purpose. In her view, they weren't just random girlfriends, they were part of a plan to bring him down.
Wanting to put money up for any dirt on Shannon Sharpe because he was about to sign a $100 million deal with the Value Network. Could this be more so, Shaq, just black man going after black man, saying let's
Shaq down with all of them people too. They all in on it. Why has nobody bothered to ask why no one has sued Courtney Burgess yet?
She claims these relationships were setups meant to trap Sharpe in legal or public image issues. In other words, she thinks someone used these women to manipulate and destroy him. And the evidence seems to support her claim, at least to some extent, because Sharpe has already faced lawsuits linked to both Gabriella and another woman named Michelle. These legal troubles caused him serious problems, and Jaguar believes that was the whole point. A career under attack.
Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart. So everybody that Cat sat right here and told you about, everything he was saying was on the up and up. No one's saying he's lying. I can't wait to see your next interviews with those people.
They ain't coming on now, Mo.
Jaguar points out that Sharpe's life started to unravel after all of this. One moment, he was riding high, a respected media figure with a hit podcast, interviewing celebrities and making headlines. The next, his name was dragged into scandals, and his reputation took a nosedive. She believes it's all connected. That it wasn't a coincidence or bad luck, it was a carefully designed plan to tear him down.
All catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
You will tell it.
I know so many things I shouldn't know. When I walk in a room, heads go down.
And it worked. The public began to question him. Brands and business partners started pulling away. His clean-cut image was being replaced with headlines about lawsuits, young girlfriends, and shady behavior. Calling out big names. Jaguar Wright isn't afraid to name names. In her latest statements, she called out two of the biggest names in the entertainment industry, Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry. She says both of them played a role in trying to stop Sharpe from continuing his podcast. According to Jaguar, Oprah and Tyler didn't like the direction his show was going in. They were worried he was giving a platform to people who exposed uncomfortable truths, things the powerful don't want the public to know.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Why would they care? Jaguar says it's simple. When someone like Sharpe gives a voice to truth tellers, it threatens the entire system. People might start asking questions, doubting the media, or challenging the narrative, and for those who benefit from keeping things quiet, that's a serious problem. Jaguar says Oprah and Tyler were among those who saw Sharpe as dangerous, not because he was doing something wrong, but because he was telling the truth. Involvement from the NFL and Jay-Z? The story doesn't end with Hollywood. Jaguar also says the NFL didn't want Sharpe speaking out. She believes top people in the league were worried about what he might say.
asking folks to stand with us as we boycott Netflix for gender bias and color bias.
Correct.
And we were fighting for equality. And then I found out that I had become donkey of the day.
Yeah.
And she even brought up Jay-Z's name, suggesting he was part of the effort to keep Sharpe quiet. According to Jaguar, these powerful figures were all pulling strings behind the scenes. They weren't working alone. She says they were cooperating, using their influence in media, music, and sports to take away Sharpe's power. The collapsed deal. One of the most surprising twists in all this? Jaguar says Sharpe was about to sign a podcast deal worth $100 million, yes, $100 million. But then, out of nowhere, the deal fell apart. No explanation, no warning, just gone. Jaguar believes that was no accident. She says the deal was sabotaged by people who didn't want Sharpe to have that kind of influence, reach, or financial independence. Giving someone like him that level of control, she says, would have been dangerous for the people in charge. So they made sure it didn't happen. The bigger picture. Jaguar's main point is this: the media, the sports world, and the entertainment industry are all connected. And when someone steps out of line when they speak the truth or challenge the system, the machine moves to silence them.
As we boycott Netflix for gender bias and color bias.
Correct.
And we were fighting for equality. And then I found out that I had become donkey of the day.
She says that's what happened to Shannon Sharpe. According to her, the goal wasn't just to embarrass him or slow him down. The goal was to break him. To ruin his name, destroy his career, and make sure people stop listening to him. And for a while, it worked. The public turned on him. His business deals crumbled. He went from being a respected voice to being the center of scandal after scandal. But Jaguar is hoping that by speaking out, she can turn the tide. She says the world needs to understand how dangerous it can be to speak the truth and how far the powerful will go to protect their secrets. If what she's saying is true, Shannon Sharpe isn't just a former athlete or TV host. He's a man who got too close to the truth and paid the price for it. Whether or not the video she says she has ever comes out, one thing's for sure: this story has people talking, questioning, and looking at the entertainment world in a whole new way.
About to get you. You better watch who you kicking it with. She told him the kindest, most polite way possible. And then all of a sudden, he's accidentally going on Instagram, setting up whole corn lives. Humiliation ritual. Down to the floor. But why is nobody paying attention to? They're talking about money. 10 million offered to be quiet.
Before Shannon Sharpe's world started unraveling, two major voices in the entertainment industry tried to warn him, and not in vague terms either. Both Cat Williams and Monique saw what was coming. They knew the patterns, the games, and the people behind the curtain. They had already been chewed up by the same system, and they didn't want to see Sharpe go down that road. Let's talk about Cat Williams first. He made waves after appearing on Sharpe's podcast, delivering one of the most talked about interviews in recent memory. Cat didn't hold anything back. He spoke with raw honesty about fake friendships, backdoor deals, and how powerful figures try to manipulate everything from careers to public opinion. But according to Jaguar Wright, there was more said off camera than what made it to air. She claims Cat pulled Shannon aside and gave him a very personal, very direct warning. He didn't sugarcoat it. He allegedly told Shannon, "They're coming for you next." This wasn't guesswork. Cat's been in the industry long enough to recognize the warning signs. He even described the setup in detail. According to Jaguar, Cat said they'd use a young white woman to flip the narrative. Someone who appeared sweet and innocent, someone who could easily shift public opinion against Sharpe. The biggest question people are asking is about the so-called video evidence Jaguar keeps mentioning. If she really has a video that proves this conspiracy, why hasn't she released it? One Reddit user said, "She's been talking about this video forever. If it's real, show it. Otherwise, it's just words." Others think Jaguar might be exaggerating to stay in the spotlight. A comment on YouTube read, "She always shows up right when someone's trending. It feels a little too convenient." And then there are those who say this whole mess might just be the result of Sharpe's own bad choices. Some fans believe the relationships with much younger women like the one with 19-year-old Gabriella brought him down, not some secret Hollywood plot. As one Facebook comment put it, this is about personal responsibility. If he made those choices, he has to face the consequences. Don't blame everything on a conspiracy. Still, the conversation is growing beyond just Shannon Sharpe. This whole situation is making people ask deeper questions about Hollywood's power structure and how it treats people, especially those who challenge the system. A growing number of fans are talking about the age gaps in celebrity relationships. Why is it that so many powerful older men are involved with barely legal women? Is it love or is it control? One user tweeted, "This industry grooms girls and then throws them into the spotlight. Then they blame the fallout on the men or the women instead of looking at the system that allows it." Others are comparing Sharpe's situation to what's happened with other stars like Diddy or Jonathan Majors, who've also faced major backlash and public takedowns after stepping out of line or getting too bold with the truth. People are beginning to wonder, is this just how it works? If you speak up, do they always find a way to shut you down? If you don't play the game, are you automatically a target? These are the kinds of questions that keep coming up, and they're not going away anytime soon. So what do you think? Was Shannon Sharpe set up? Did Jaguar Wright, Cat Williams, and Monique see this coming from a mile away? Or is it all just coincidence and poor choices catching up to him? Let us know what you believe down in the comments. Your voice matters in this conversation. And if you found this video thought-provoking, go ahead and give it a like. It really helps us reach more people. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this, because there's always more going on behind the scenes than they want you to see. Thanks for watching and stay curious.